Hello there and welcome to Kelly Bailey Fitness. We are going to be doing some more of these resolution keepers workouts. And the reason, these are 20 to 25 minute workouts. The reason that I'm doing these this year especially is because what I'm finding is that it's really hard for people who are busy or people who are just getting started in fitness or maybe coming back after a layoff. It's really hard to wrap your mind around doing a 60-minute workout. And this is one of the reasons why more people don't stick with their fitness goals throughout the year. It's because it's too much too soon. So I always tell people now, like, start off slow. Do a couple of 20-minute workouts a week. And then when you get really consistent with that and you're like, I'm ready to add more, then you add more on top of that. It gives you somewhere to go. So we're gonna do our resolution keeper workout today. It's gonna be between 20 and 25 minutes long. This is going to be a strength-based workout. So we're not gonna be doing a whole lot of the cardio or core work that you may have seen in one of the other videos. So you're gonna need a couple of weights. Maybe if you have a set of 10-pound dumbbells or 5-pound dumbbells or even 15s and 20s. If you do not have weights, don't overthink it. I will cue you to really squeeze certain muscles of your body. You can get a good body weight workout if you just focus in on the muscles that you're working. So if you do have some weights, great. If not, we're gonna work through it. So we are gonna start with a squat. And for your squat, you're gonna hold the weight like a goblet, okay? So you wanna take your squat stance, toes are slightly pointed out, and you're gonna be pushing your hips backward. Your center of gravity should stay right over the center of your foot. So you should never come onto your toes. So you're gonna hold this weight. I hold it right under my chin because it forces me to keep my chin up. And then I'm gonna squat down. You'll also notice that my knees stay out. I don't let my knees come in. All right, so we're gonna do 10 of these. Keep that chin up. So here, I'm really trying, if I'm not using a weight, I'm really just trying to squeeze my legs as I'm coming up out of my squat. Seven, and you can adjust your position as necessary. 9 and 10. Okay, we're gonna move from there into a one-arm row. And we're gonna get into a position almost like a lunge. If this hurts your back, or if your legs are tired from the squatting, you can use a bench and you can row braced. Okay, but otherwise, we're gonna do an unbraced row, but you can have your hand on your thigh. You're gonna lean over, upper body's almost parallel to the floor. And if you don't have a weight, I want you to think about squeezing this big back muscle back here. It's called your lats. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm gonna switch sides. Find your balance. 1, squeeze. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Gonna put the weight down and we're gonna do a plank. Yay. This is where you might need a mat if you're on hard floor, but you don't absolutely have to have one. We're gonna hold our plank for 30 seconds. So on the forearms, draw that belly button up. Try to maintain a straight line. Make sure you're breathing. Shaking is normal. Knees down, taking a break. about 30 seconds, then we're gonna go back to our squat.
We're proud to announce
that Armstrong has been named
Independent Operator of the Year
for a second time.
This award was based on a combination
of impressive metrics and initiatives.
We received high marks in customer satisfaction,
deployment of the latest technology,
efforts to build infrastructure to unserved areas,
and community involvement.
A big thank you to our customers for your continued support.
Armstrong remains committed to providing you the best possible service today and in the future.
So what you will notice as we go through this, since we're trying to shorten the workout a little bit and do this in 20 to 25 minutes, I alternate between lower and upper body exercises. So while I'm doing the upper body exercise, the lower body gets a rest. So that's why I do the back and forth. It's just a much more efficient way to exercise if you're trying to get everything done in time. All right, let's go back to our squat. So find your stance, chin up, pushing those hips back just like you're about to sit down on something behind you. If you can't go quite that low, it's okay. Do what your body will allow. We got 2 more. All right, we're gonna switch to rows. There's 1, 2, 3, focus on the squeeze, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We're gonna switch sides. 1, 2, be very deliberate about your lifting. Feel what you're doing. You'll see the best lifters in the gym are not lifting for speed. They're trying to feel the muscles they're working. There's 9 and 10. It's like anything else. You go into the gym, you go in with the mind of practicing your moves. All right, we're gonna go to plank. Keep breathing. About 5 seconds left. And we're resting. So make sure you grab some water. We are gonna go one more time through that circuit, and then we're gonna switch to something else.
Armstrong has a long history of fighting food insecurity in our communities through Breaking Bread events. Here's how you can help. Armstrong is celebrating Breaking Bread Day on Wednesday, March 8th. Visit your local Armstrong store to be part of the celebration. Drop off a non-perishable food donation and receive a special gift. Scan the QR code to find out more information. Visit armstrongonewire.com/breakingbread to find a list of community feeding programs in your area.
All right, go ahead, grab the weight. Remember your form. Practice, 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 not for speed. If you're really struggling with squat form, put a chair behind you and do sit to stands. 6. That's how I teach almost all of my clients to squat. And there's 10. We're going into rows. There's 2, 3, feel the movement, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switching sides. Find your balance. And then row, squeeze. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Weights are down. One more time for plank. I saw the other day that some lady held a plank for over 4 hours. I was like, whew, good for her. Keep breathing. Hold through the shaking. It's probably present. Knees down. All right, we're gonna take a good breather, and then we're gonna go into a different set of exercises that we'll do 3 of them 3 times through.
Armstrong has been a part of Medina for over 40 years. We run hundreds of miles of high-speed fiber, and we're not stopping. Your internet, television, and telephone connectivity is backed by a team of local technicians who are backed by their local office, who is backed by our 24/7 network operations team, as well as our 24/7 customer service center. Can the other guys say that? We didn't think so. Armstrong. Unmatched employees, unmatched technology, unmatched fiber network.
All right, so our next circuit of 3 is gonna be a deadlift, an overhead press, and an exercise called a Superman. So I'm gonna show you the deadlift and the overhead press, and then we'll worry about the Superman as we're going through the actual circuits. So deadlift works the largest muscles in your body. So that's all the ones along the back side. So it works hamstrings, glutes, and your back. So this is typically one that once you understand the movement, you can use heavier weight. This is why I've got 1 set of heavier weights and 1 set of lighter weights, because the second exercise is an overhead press, which works smaller muscles in the shoulders. So typically you won't be able to overhead press the same amount of weight that you can deadlift. So that's where using different weights comes in. So I'm gonna use my heavier weights for my deadlift. And I like to give a side view of deadlift because a lot of people confuse it with a squat. There's a little bit of knee bend, but not nearly as much. So I'm gonna show you what a squat looks like. My chin is up here, and this is my squat. So lots of bend in the knees. My deadlift, on the other hand, still some bend in the knees, but not a whole lot. It's a hip hinge. So hips are going backwards, but I'm not bending my knees a whole lot. So I tell people to keep their knuckles glued to their legs. You're gonna drop down to just about mid-shin, just below the knee, and then you're gonna squeeze your rear end to come back up to standing. So it's down to mid-shin, squeeze, full stand. So let's go ahead and do 10 of those. Dropping down, back is nice and straight, squeeze. 2, 3, 4, 5. My weight is still centered towards the middle or the back of my foot. I never come onto my toes. In fact, I could keep my toes lifted through the entire exercise. 1 more. All right, we're gonna set the heavy weights down, and then we're gonna go to an overhead press. So my dumbbells are gonna start at my shoulders. If you have any shoulder issues, rather than holding your dumbbells like this, you can bring your elbows in closer. That tends to help people who have shoulder issues. So straight overhead, all the way to lockout, if you can. 3, that means straightening your elbows. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then the Superman exercise. We're gonna lay on the belly. This is not a comfortable exercise. If you have any sort of low back problems, and that might mean something like slip discs, you may want to avoid this. You can kind of feel it out a little bit if you want to. So hands are gonna be out to the side, and then you're gonna try to lift your chest off the floor. If you want to, you can also try to lift the legs. So it works all of the back muscles and in through the legs also. We're gonna do 10 of these. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. If you need to push back into child's pose for a second, stretch out the low back. I welcome you to do that. We're gonna take a 30-second rest, and we've got 2 more rounds through deadlift, overhead press, and Superman.
How do you choose the smart home and security system that's right for your family? The answer is Guardian Protection, a fully integrated system so that all your smart home and security devices work together, like smart locks, smart lights, doorbell cameras, video cameras, and more. And with advanced artificial intelligence technology, Guardian Protection creates a smarter, safer home for you, all controlled from one single app. The right choice for your family.
All right, we're gonna go back to overhead press. We're gonna go back to deadlift first. I always work the big muscles first. All right, so remember, back nice and straight. We're not rounding through the shoulders. Drop down to just below the shins or just below the knees. Squeeze to come back to standing. Drop down. Again, if you're not keeping up with my count, that's okay. I would rather have you feel the movement here and feel which muscles you're working, which is your rear end and the back of your legs. A lot of people think deadlifts are a dangerous or a scary exercise, but when you do them properly, they're excellent for your back. They strengthen the entire posterior chain of your body. All right, grab your lighter weights for overhead. If you don't have weights for some reason, as I said before, we're working the shoulders. So you can do the same movement, just think about squeezing. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then we're back to the floor. Arms out to the sides. Everything lifts from the hips. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, little stretch here at the end. And another 30 seconds rest. One more time through, and then we're done.
High school sports, community events, all of your favorite local shows are calling the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel their home. Find out everything your neighborhood has to offer on Channel 100 or on YouTube. Spirit, town pride, local communities. This is the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel.
All right. I hope that you're liking these short but efficient workouts. A lot of times my clients they wonder why I always do the same exercises, because they're the ones that work. And ain't nobody got time to do stuff that doesn't work. All right, deadlift again. So make sure that you're starting from standing. Get yourself set, think about the muscles you're working. Drop down, mid-shin, squeeze your rear end to come back to standing. 2, 3, 4, keep breathing. Don't think so hard that you stop breathing. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Picking up a lighter set of weights for the overheads. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then last time, up and down, up and down. It's part of the workout. All right, get yourself set and then lift everything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Little stretch out the back here. And that concludes our 20 to 25 minute total body resolutions keeper workout. If you have questions about any of the workouts that I've done, if you have suggestions, I do welcome your email. So it's kellybailey1980@gmail.com. Thanks for joining me today. Have a good one.